Square stocks just early released their earnings for Q2 2020, and the stock is up almost 11% pre market. I had a small position years ago, and if I had held, I would have been up over 10x. Square was at an all time high, and now it's hit all time highs. So the question is it too late to buy Square stock? Square's official website is squareup.com, so if you don't mind, if you could destroy that thumbs up button, let's get to it. With the news of its crushing earnings, Square literally went up almost 11% after hours on the news. And looking at the max graph, it's hit an all-time high, and it's been hitting all-time highs in this last month especially. Looking at this total graph, and in current time, sitting at $152.88 around this time of recording in real time, it's almost up 12% now. And seriously, if you look at this graph, there's that kind of stagnancy, or so it seems, from around that mid 2018 period all the way till 2020 for that 1.5 years, kind of kangarooing around. But then right after the 2020 illness, I'll call it, at literally $40 a share, it zoomed up all the way to almost 4 times the value right now currently. Looking at the highlights on Square's website, it says here clearly in the second quarter, we achieved gross profit of $597 million, up 28% year over year, with Cash App delivering strong growth, gross profit up 167% year over year to $281 million. Cash App, I personally am a daily user, and I would say from experience, I use it heavily not for really P2P transactions, but really Bitcoin. Bitcoin transactions, it's super straightforward, super easy. It's cheaper than Gemini, which is by the Winklevoss twins. But overall, I see the ease of capability, ease of use, and daily actual application, not just for Bitcoin transactions, but I know people heavily use the debit card offered by Square, by the Cash App debit card, which has multiple offers from DoorDash to Coffees, Chick-fil-A, Domino's, and so many others, and they're rotating kind of not categories, but I would say rotating either shops or certain brands, etc., and even categories. Square has grown so heavily over the last few years since its IPO, and in the future, the way everything's progressing with technology and just payments, real-time payments, etc., Square definitely, in my opinion, is one of the forefront type of pioneers out there. They do have competition like Clover for their POS systems, but when it comes to Bitcoin and transactions, I feel that they're competing maybe with the Geminis of the world, with the Coinbases of the world, but they also offer this ease of use, kind of how Robinhood made trading accessible and investing in general for all different types of age groups. I think that Cash App, in terms of Bitcoin and P2P transaction, and Square as a platform, is doing exactly that. If you look towards the bottom of the screen with the transactions there, that's me buying Square towards the IPO a few years ago, but this is actually me selling that same position, and those 22 shares garnered around $300, which today would be closer to $3,300, aka more than 10 times, actually in fact more than 11 times what it was back then. So the point of this is whether or not you should invest in Square or not. If you just look at the graph, I really did want to get back in, I remember that too. And from that $13 range, it never really went down again back into that $8, $9 range, which was 6 months prior to when I sold it. So the point is, Square especially keeps going up, and today hitting all-time highs of recent, and with this earnings report and just its trajectory in general, I wouldn't say to FOMO, aka fear of missing out, to get into Square, but at the same time, I think it would be smart just from an investment strategy standpoint to dollar cost average yourself in, so you have a position or a stake in Square stock in general for the long term, if that is in fact the decision you want to make. In terms of day trading and actual trading, it definitely is very volatile in the good way, to make quick gains, but with quick gains there is potential for quick losses. So overall, do I recommend to buy Square stock or not? I think it's best to average in if you believe in a long-term position and just seeing the price action that's going in and everywhere in between. But hitting all-time highs, any stock, whether it's your Microsofts of the world, your Teslas, and FANG in general, and the tech sector in general, is hitting all-time highs. So the best way to get involved without just getting in for the sake of it or just being afraid of, oh, it's too late, it is definitely well worth it to go slow, average in if you do not have a position. If you already have a position, then that's great. And so whether you should sell or not could be another question. And that's something where whether or not to take profits, it's always great to take profits. But with a stock like Square and with its growth potential, it's one of those where I think it's one and very wise for one to assess what type of gain they're looking for, plan out the trade, and take it from there. So this should go without saying, but I'm not a licensed financial advisor and otherwise, so here's a disclaimer for please don't take my advice, please don't sue me, but do whatever makes sense for you based on your financial situation. So till then, thank you so much. If you find this information, do subscribe for future content like this. Do leave some feedback at the comments below on where you'd like me to get into more detail and otherwise. But until then, peace, good luck. Square's still rising. It's up like I think past 15% at the time. So good luck, and we'll talk very soon.